Erik ten Hag's first season at Manchester United was a roaring success, getting to the FA Cup final where they narrowly lost out to Manchester City, winning the League Cup, beating Newcastle 2-0. Ten Hag also guided Manchester United to a third place finish, meaning Manchester United are back in the Champions League next season. Now, I thought Manchester United would be the perfect club to do a challenge career mode with, and in this challenge, we can only sign one player from each of the leagues in FIFA 23, meaning if we sign a player from La Liga, that's it. We can't sign another player from La Liga. We can only sign one player per league. Now, Manchester United have already signed Mason Mount from Chelsea, Johnny Evans from Leicester, and Andre Onana from Inter Milan. So we will be bringing them three players into the club in the game. Let's jump over now to FIFA 23 and get Manchester United's rebuild on the way. So welcome everyone to the Manchester United FIFA 23 Challenge Career Mode, where we can only sign one player from each league in FIFA 23. Now, as of right now, Manchester United have already signed Mason Mount and Johnny Evans, but they have not yet officially announced Andre Onana. So, we are going to be able to bring in Mount and Johnny Evans, and it will not count to our Premier League player who we can sign, if you get what I mean. However, if we want to bring in Andre Onana, that will be our Serie A player used. We cannot sign another player from Serie A if we sign Andre Onana. Now, as we know in real life, David De Gea has been released by Manchester United, so he is going to get released in FIFA 23. End of an era. £3.2 million to release David De Gea. He's gone out the club. Manchester United have also sold Zidane Iqbal in real life, so we'll be releasing him too. So Wout Weghorst and Marcel Sabitzer's loans have ended at Manchester United, so we'll be sending them both back to their parent clubs. Now, this is how the squad is looking on paper without any incomings, and already I can see that obviously we're going to have to bring in a goalkeeper, which will be Onana from Inter Milan, and we do desperately need a right back and a striker in this transfer window. And for this first transfer window, we have got £222 million, so our first order of the business are to bring in Mason Mount and bring in Johnny Evans. So that's the first order of business done, boys. Mason Mount is a Manchester United player for £35 million, less than what Man United have paid for him in real life. Just remember though, lads, this does not count towards our Premier League signing. We can still sign one player from the Premier League in this career mode. And that's another deal completed, boys. Johnny Evans is back at Manchester United for £5 million. Now, boys, this is where the fun well and truly begins. We can only sign one player from each league starting from now, and we're starting with a goalkeeper, and you know which one it is, Andre Onana. We're going to try and bring him in from Inter Milan. There we have it, lads. We have brought in Andre Onana from Inter Milan. Now, that means we cannot sign any other players from Serie A in this entire career mode. So let's hope Onana delivers and makes it worth using our Serie A signing. So now that them signings are out the way, boys, this is how the Manchester United team is looking going into Season 1. We definitely need a striker, lads, so we're going to be pooling all of our resources to sign one of the world's best strikers in Season 1. And, lads, we have got a world-class striker. Now, this deal is a bit of a cheeky one because the guy is actually signed for Chelsea in real life, but we're going to pretend that's not happened. We've brought in Christopher Nkunku from RB Leipzig for £99 million. But you've only got to take one look at Nkunku's stats to realise why we have used our Bundesliga signing, bringing him in. He is just absolutely insane, and he will only get better at 24-year-old as well. So that means we cannot sign any players now from Serie A and the Bundesliga. So let's hope Onana and Nkunku can really kick on in this season, fire us towards some Champions League glory. And lads, it's going to take 62 weeks to turn Nkunku into a striker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change Marcus Rashford from left wing to striker and Nkunku from centre forward to left wing. So Nkunku will be out on the left and Marcus Rashford will play for the centre. So as this is how the team is going to look going into the new season, with Nkunku out on the left and Marcus Rashford playing for the centre. And just look at our first two games of the season, boys. Liverpool at home and Leeds away. There's some fiery fixtures to open the Premier League campaign. So that's 4 players left the club on loan at the end of the transfer window. Brandon Williams joined Fulham on a season-long loan. Alejandro Garnacho joined Rayo Vallecano on a season-long loan. Facundo Palestre joined Atletico Bilbao on a season-long loan. And Kobe Mainu joined Casa Pia AC on a 2-year loan as well. Now, that is the transfer window completely done, lads. We're going to simulate through to January the 1st and see how we are getting on. So, lads, I've been simulating through to January and I've just seen that Rashford is going to join Real Madrid for £125 million. They've met his release clause and he is leaving. Wow, that is not a good start to this career mode, lads. So we're back in the market for a striker, and we can't sign anyone from the Bundesliga or Serie A, so I'm thinking it might have to be the Premier League. It's January the 1st, boys, and we are second in the Premier League, just 1 point behind neighbours Manchester City. We've actually had a really, really good start to the season, lads, and we're actually 13 points clear of 5th, but we are going to lose our talismanic striker, Marcus Rashford, to Real Madrid. And as you can see by looking at our squad, Rashford has left the club, he's gone to Real Madrid, and we now are back to the drawing board. We need to bring a striker in, boys. Lads, we have brought in Marcus Rashford's replacement, and we've had to be smart with the signing we've made. We've already used Bundesliga, we've already used Serie A, We have gone to the Portuguese league to bring in a striker, 21-year-old, exciting prospect. I think you're going to like this one, boys. We have brought in Goncalo Ramos from Benfica for £50 million, and he will become our new number 9 at Manchester United. Listen, the squad is looking on paper now going towards the end of the season, lads. We've converted Mount to a centre midfielder, so he's now in the team. He's also going to 82 rated. Nkunku is 88 rated already. The squad's looking good, lads. Let's just see how we get on towards the end of the season. So we're at the end of season 1, boys, and we have come second in the Premier League. We've only lost 2 fixtures all season and only conceded 31 goals. So we've actually had an immense season. We've finished 3 points behind our title rivals, Manchester City, and we are playing Champions League football again next season. And as you can see, lads, we won the FA Cup, beating Arsenal 2-0 in the final. That is our first piece of silverware of the rebuild. Chelsea beat Tottenham Hotspur 2-1 in the Carabao Cup final. Liverpool beat Bayern Munich 2-0 to clinch the Champions League. Braga won the Europa League, so that means we must have got knocked out somewhere. We were knocked out by AS Monaco in the quarterfinals. That is not good, lads. And Freiburg win the Conference League. So look at the squad, lads. Nkunku will be 90 rated next season. Casemiro has it 90 rated. Martinez, Mount, Anthony and Ramos all making good progress as well. And lads, I've gone to show you the goals players have scored, but for some reason, they've all gone. It won't let me show you how many goals anyone scored. So, yeah. That's a bit unfortunate. Now, as you can see, lads, Southampton, Brentford and AFC Bournemouth were all relegated to the Championship, which means we can sign one player from the Championship in this career mode. I'm wondering if we go in now for someone like Ivan Toney, Brian Mbeumo, maybe even someone along the lines of James Ward-Prowse to really help bolster our squad for next season and add some really quality depth. And just to let you know, lads, Tom Eaton, Axel Tonzebe, Johnny Evans, Phil Jones and Mark Gerardo will all be leaving the club. They will not be having their contract renewed. So we are now in season 2, boys, and looking at the starting 11, lads, personally, I think we need a new centre midfielder purely because Casemiro is 31 this season. Mason Mount is 84 rated, making excellent progress. But after that, we have got the likes of Eriksen, who's aging and getting older and going to start decreasing soon. Fred, McTominay and Donny van der Beek. To be honest with you, lads, I don't really think any of them are good enough to propel Manchester United to Champions League winning worthy. So we are going to be looking for a new world-class centre midfielder and maybe even a world-class right-back as well. Now, in terms of transfers this season, we have already signed players from the Bundesliga, Liga Portugal and the Serie A, so we cannot sign anyone from them 3 leagues. Now, we have got £129 million this season, and I'm going to be going in for a player who Manchester United actually missed out on in real life when Ten Hag first took over. And lads, we have had a busy start to this transfer window, selling Fred to Roma for £17.6 million, and high potential youngsters Mainu and Lard have both left the club on season-long loans. And boys, I have just spent every single penny of Manchester United's transfer budget to bring in one of Ten Hag's former targets who he missed out on in real life in his first season at Manchester United. Lads, we have brought in Frankie de Jong for £133.5 million from Barcelona. And now just look at how strong our midfield is with Frankie de Jong and Casemiro in the middle. The squad just looks so good on paper, but I can't see us signing any more players now. That was all of our budget gone. We now cannot sign players from the Bundesliga, Serie A, Liga Portugal and Liga BBVA. And with only £10 million remaining in our transfer budget, that is probably all our business done for this summer. And no pressure at all this year, lads. Every single objective is either critical or high. I'm definitely feeling the pressure this season. Brandon Williams has also left the club, boys, joining Alves for £4.8 million. And as we're swimming through to our first game of the season, lads, as you can see, Man City beat us in the Community Shield on penalties. We just cannot get one over on our rivals at the minute. But our Champions League group is in, boys, and we've actually got quite a difficult group. We've got Lazio, Sevilla and Braga, so we will need to be our best to get through that group and get into the knockout stages of the Champions League. So, lads, we have been very, very busy towards the end of the transfer window. We have sold Alvaro Fernandez and Deshaun Bernard for £2.4 million and £4.4 million. Academy player has gone out on loan to Vittoria. That is Brandon Elliott. Alex Tellez has joined Wolves for £15.8 million. Louis Gardner, another youth academy player, has joined Akura on a season-long loan. Kundo Palestri has joined Florentino on season-long loan. And Will Fish has joined Grenard on season-long loan. And that is our transfer window finished. We are now simulating forward through to January the 1st. So we've arrived at January the 1st, lads, and we are third in the Premier League. We've already lost 4 times this season. We're 7 points off top. It has been a pretty disastrous first half of the season in the league for us. In terms of the Champions League, we come second in our Champions League group, level on points with Lazio, but because they beat us in head-to-head, we've come second, and that has set up a tie with Bayern Munich in the round of 16, lads. Wow, not been the best start to the season at all, has it? But looking at the squad, the lads, Nkunku has smashed through the 90 rated barrier. He's now 91 rated. We've got 2 87 rated centre-backs. De Jong and Fernandez are 89. Casemiro 91. The squad is looking immense on paper, lads. We've got £55 million available in our transfer kit. To be fair, we could bring a player in, but does it really take our team to the next level with £55 million? We might have to just hold on to that till the next season where we have a bigger budget and we can bring in some better quality players. Lads, we have accepted a short-term loan offer from Sevilla for Alejandro Garnacho, and he will be leaving the club in this January window till the end of the season. So we also will not be renewing the contracts of Eric Bayer and Tendon Menga. They will both be leaving the club at the end of the season. So we end the transfer window third in the Premier League, and we have managed to claw back some points on Liverpool. Can we win the Premier League? Can we win the Champions League? Let's see at the end of the season. Right at the end of the season too, lads, and as you can see, looking to the top left corner, it looks like it hasn't been a success at all. We have finished 4th in the Premier League, only just scraping into the Champions League spots. That is woeful. Beating Tottenham to the Champions League spots by 1 point. The FA Cup was won by Tottenham. They beat Sunderland 1-0 in the final. The Carabao Cup was won by Liverpool, beating Spurs 3-1 in the final. And we were beaten by Barcelona in the Champions League semi-finals 5-2 over 2 legs. They were on to beat Borussia Dortmund 3-1 in the final. Inter Milan beat Liverpool 2-1 in the Europa League final. And Real Betis beat PSV 3-0 to win the Conference League. No idea what I did with my voice then. PSV. No, lads, there's a very good chance we don't even get the opportunity to take Manchester United into season 3. We have been so poor this season. I just hope the board give us a chance next season. Looking at the squad, the lads, we've had excellent growth across the board. Anthony's become a world-class player. Ramos has grown to 86. But mid-season, we lost one of our star men, Lisandro Martinez, to a 3-month injury. And honestly, I feel like that injury could have derailed our entire season. Now, this season, I'm actually allowed to show you the stats, which I'm absolutely buzzing about, thank God. And Goncalo Ramos was by far our best player, getting 30 goals and 5 assists. Closely followed by Bruno Fernandes, getting 27 and 11. Them two had excellent seasons. Christopher Nkunku, though, 26 goals, 16 assists. He was our talisman last season. Anthony and Frankie de Jong also having excellent seasons as well. Anthony actually going by 4 overalls this season. He's been incredible for us. So now, lads, we're into season 3, and once again, all the board objectives are critical or high. We have got to be doing better this season, lads, if we want to stay Manchester United manager. We have got £127 million to improve the squad, but remember, we cannot sign players from the Bundesliga, Serie A, Liga BBVA, or the Portuguese League. No. Who are we going to bring in? We need a left back. And lads, we have wasted no time in bringing in a left back. We have brought in Nuno Mendes from PSG. 85 rated 22-year-old. He's going to go straight into our starting 11, boys. As you can see, lads, we've slightly overpaid for him though, lads. He does meet our criteria of signing 2 young players, and he is just infinitely better than Luke Shaw and a massive improvement in our left back position. And our first outgoing of the window is Donny van der Beek. He has joined Leicester City for £16.5 million, ending his torrid time at Manchester United. And with the arrival of Nuno Mendes, we have sold Luke Shaw for £34.5 million to Real Madrid. 2 more bits of transfer news, lads. Mainu has joined Fulham on a season-long loan, and Alejandro Garnacho has joined Feyenoord on season-long loan as well. Our Champions League group is in, boys, and once again we've got Sevilla, but this time we've got Porto and RFC Sarrieng. No idea who they are, lads. We should be getting through that group though. Let's simulate forward to January the 1st, and hopefully have done better than we did last season, because last season was shocking. So we're out of January the 1st, lads, and we are top of the Premier League. This is much more like it, level on points with Arsenal, but it is extremely tight from 1st to 5th place. We blitzed our Champions League group, lads. 6 games played, 6 wins, 15 scored, 3 conceded. What a performance in the Champions League. And we are playing Atalanta in the round of 16. The squad on paper is looking incredible, lads. Anthony not far off 90 rated. Bruno Fernandes and De Jong both 91 as well with Casemiro. But we have had a devastating injury to Nuno Mendes, who will be out for 3 months. Now, we do have £116 million to spend, so maybe, just maybe, there's a world-class left-back out there we can bring in to replace him. Lads, I've just done one of the cheekiest things I've ever done in a FIFA game. As you know, Nuno Mendes is injured for 3 months. He's going to miss the majority of the rest of the season, meaning Malacia would have to start at left back. We have just swapped Nuno Mendes plus £60 million for the best left back in the game currently. We have just signed Theo Hernandez for £60 million plus Nuno Mendes from Manchester City at Trifles. That is our Premier League signing done, lads. So, lads, we've arrived at the end of season 3, and as you can see, we finished 3rd in the Premier League. It's an improvement on last season. 5 points behind table top in Manchester City. We have really fell off these past few seasons in the Premier League, but we did win the FA Cup, beating our rivals Manchester City 3-2 in the final 8. We snatched Theo Hernandez from them, then we snatched the FA Cup from them. What a result for us. Newcastle United won the Carabao Cup, beating Nottingham Forest 5-4 on penalties. And as you can see, lads, we have finally made the Champions League final playing Borussia Dortmund. We beat Atalanta 6-1 over 2 legs in the round of 16. We beat PSG 4-3 on aggregate, getting through to the semi-finals. Where we beat Bayer Leverkusen 6-4 over 2 legs, some incredible games. And we just missed out on having a Manchester United-Liverpool Champions League final. So we set up a tie with Borussia Dortmund in the final. This will be the squad that takes us into the Champions League final. As you can see, 6 90 rated players in this team with 2 89 rated players. This is by far the best rebuild squad we've had. going into a Champions League final. In terms of stats, Bruno Fernandes was our best player by far, getting 35 goals and 25 assists, going to 92 rated in the process. Ramos got 29 goals and 5 assists, and Nkunku 29 and 19. He's been an absolute talisman for us. Antony had another great season, getting 13 and 11, and Frankie de Jong getting 7 and 14. Then it really falls off after that, lads, but we are set up now for the Champions League final. So here we go, lads. It's the Champions League final at the San Siro. Borussia Dortmund versus Manchester United. Bellingham versus De Jong. Koulibaly Muani versus Ramos. This is going to be an interesting tie, lads. Oh, what a ball. Nkunku's in, the main man. Lads, 4 minutes on the clock. Oh, he's dragged it just wide. Nkunku. 92 rated. You expected the back of the net to be rattling there, boys. Ah. Hernandez. Bruno. Finesse shot. Oh, it's just wide, lads. We're knocking on the door, though. It's been all us so far. You can definitely feel like we're using loads of 90 rated players. Shit. Go on, Dallo. Back to keeper. Nice. Oh, my. Bruno. No. Bruno. No. Oh, my God. How are we not winning this game? Bruno missed 92 rated. Bruno misses an open net. Gotta be. Oh, it's blocked. No, lads, it's 0-0 at half-time. How are we not winning? It's been literally all us. We've missed open nets and everything. Hopefully we can find the breakthrough in the second half. Dortmund haven't even had a shot, lads. That's how one-sided this game has been. Back to Casemiro. De Jong. Oh, come on. It's saved. Nkunku. Is it offside? Yes, we've finally scored. We've finally scored. Nkunku, the main man. Oh, from a rebound. Of all the chances we've had, we've actually scored from a rebound. Of all the chances. Oh, the frame rate issues on this game. Great shot. That's actually a really good save by Cabell, but it's never being missed from Nkunku. He shows Bruno how to score into an open net, and it's 1-0 to Manchester United. Oh, they give it away. Antony. Dink it in. Second goal. Nkunku. Oh, it's gone wide. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Nkunku. Oh, that's a big chance. I can't lie, lads. Dortmund have just offered nothing. It's been all us. 10 minutes on the clock, lads. Dortmund having a little bit more possession, but they're not really penetrating with it. Oof, what a ball. Oh, my. What a pass. Oh, my God. I don't even know what to say. If we score here... Oh, what a save. That would have been such a good goal. We'll bring Elanga on for Antony. Oh, if we concede, then I've took Antony off. Bruno. Overhead kick. Oh my God. Rafa Varane with overhead kick. There's literally a minute left, lads. 1-0 to United. We're so close to winning this title. There you have it, boys. Man United have won the Champions League. Only signing one player from each league. We have smashed it with Manchester United, and it's another rebuild successfully completed. I think the next one, lads, is going to be a really difficult one, either an English League 1 or League 2 side. But Nkunku's goal is the difference between the two sides, and the Champions League is coming back to the red side of Manchester. And for the first time since the 2007-2008 season, since John Terry's famous slip, Manchester United going to lift the Champions League title. It'll be Bruno Fernandes, the club captain, who lifts the title. And there we have it, boys. Manchester United, champions of Europe yet again. And before we exit the career mode, boys, we will just show you who won the Europa League and Conference League. Marseille beat Napoli on penalties to win the Europa League. And Eintracht Frankfurt won the Conference League yet again, beating Fenerbahce 2-1 in the final. So that is the end of another hugely successful rebuild, boys. We have taken Manchester United to Champions League glory once again by only signing one player from each league. We made 6 signings in total in the end. I hope you've enjoyed this, boys. If you like these challenge type rebuilds, please let me know in the comment sections down below, and I will start incorporating more challenges into these rebuilds. The next rebuild will be an English League 1 or League 2 team. I have not decided yet. Thank you so much for watching, boys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next rebuild. Cheers.